What's up guys, this is Chad at All Dogs Off-Road, and today I'm going to take you through a real quick diff cover change. We're going to use an ARB 075008B diff cover. It's a heavier duty nodular iron cover. When I was wheeling in Colorado over the 4th of July weekend, I snagged my factory sheet metal diff cover on a rock, and it's peeled it open a little bit so that I'm getting a little bit of fluid leak there. So we're going to take care of that, and we're going to do a nice solid upgrade at the same time. So you'll see here is the factory cover is just a stamped piece of sheet metal, and the lip hangs a little bit lower than the actual diff does. And so what can happen is if you are picking a difficult or bad line, you can get a rock up here and it can actually grab the lip of your cover and pull it this way, which results in a little bit of a gear oil leak. So we're going to take care of that. So first thing you want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you have a pan to catch your gear oil. This is a Dana M226 rear axle on my 22 Frontier, and there's a drain plug here, but since we're already leaking, I'm not going to bother with the plug. I'm just going to remove the cover bolts and just take the cover off. It looks like all we will need are 13 millimeters for the cover bolts here, and then your emergency brake line bracket, I believe, is 12 mil. Okay, now all the bolts are removed. The factory gasket maker is like a gray RTV. You may be able to pry it off with your hand, but sometimes it helps just to use like a soft mallet and just tap it to bop it off. But we'll see if it come off by hand. I don't think it will. So. Just like so.
Cool.
That, ladies and gents, is what a 2022 Frontier M226 looks like. Now you want to be careful for dust and debris. Make sure you don't get anything dirty in there. I got a little dirt when I pulled the cover off, so I'm going to grab a rag and clean that up. Now we're going to want to prep the surface here for RTV. I like to use Permatex Right stuff. It has a very quick return to service. So we're going to use Permatex Right stuff. I've used this as a gasket maker in the past, and I really like it. You can use whatever you want to. Some guys don't like gasket makers. They like to use reusable gaskets, like Lube Locker, I believe, is a brand. I'm going to be using Mobil 1 synthetic 75W140. You want a GL5 lubricant. And here's our cover, which we will do an unboxing of. The cover comes with new bolts, instruction manual, and your cover. It's pretty heavy. You'll be able to tell when you pull it out of the box. It's quite a bit of a difference. It does come, it looks like, covered with a light machining oil for transport, so you'll want to make sure you clean everything up before you put your gasket maker on and then install.
Smile.
So I'm using a degreaser to remove the machining oil. This is just a brake cleaner. Your RTV needs a grease-free surface to bond to, so you just want to make sure it's as clean as possible. One nifty thing about the ARB diff covers is they have a little fluid dipstick. It looks like actually the brake cleaner might eat through the plastic or the cover on this, so it does, yep. Don't use brake cleaner because it will ruin your surface finish, it looks like. Learn from us. Our surfaces are prepped and cleaned. We will be applying gasket maker and then putting the cover on. Got a nice strong magnetic drain plug here. Look how strong that is.
Holy crap.
Appears that you have 4 longer bolts that go at your 4 corners here, it looks like, and then the remainder are a shorter Allen head bolt. Okay. This is heavy, so it might help to have 2 hands, but I think we can do it.
You have 2 hands.
2 sets of hands, yes.
Look at that strength.
You can go up with it.
Oops, yeah, I'm sinking.
There you go.
We are modifying the emergency brake cable bracket. My Pro4x comes with an E-locker, and there's a little metal bracket here that will interfere. So rather than cock this sideways or modify anything here, we're just gonna run 1 bolt through. So the cover is on, all the Allen bolts are secured. We have to put in our lower drain plug, which has a really strong magnet to it. Very strong. It's absurdly strong. So that is a secondary drain plug, really. You have your factory one here, and then you have this one here. Your fill port has changed a little bit. So on a traditional cover, it would be about here, and you would just fill until gear oil spilled out. With this one, it includes a dipstick, which will give you an idea of your oil level. So that's how you're going to be reading from now on. You see. So we'll fill it with gear oil and then we should be done. The nice thing about Permatex Right Stuff is you can go right to service after installation. So get everything on there, tighten up, and then you just put your oil in and start going. And I actually wasn't thrilled about the position of this fill port, but it actually clears the spare tire nicely and makes this a pretty easy, no mess situation. In the ARB instructions, they say to compare your ARB cover to your factory cover, and that kind of allows you to determine kind of where on your dipstick you need your oil height to be. I've taken a grinder and I made a little color discoloration. It might be hard to see on the camera, but that's going to be how I indicate that I'm full. It's not too bad of a project. It maybe took us about an hour working relatively slowly. I believe the Nissan Field Service Manual calls for just over 2 quarts of gear oil. So have 2 or 2 and a little bit more on hand. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. We have more projects coming up on this Frontier in the same wheeling trip that I pulled my diff cover a little bit and got this leak that we're fixing. I also bent some lower shock mounts, which you may have seen when we were working down under the truck. So we have we'll have a little fix coming up for that in the near future. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. I'm so excited. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? See what you're gonna miss? Clean surface.
Oh, shiny, shiny, shiny.
The cart is rolling me. Someone hold the cart. The cart is rolling me. Thank you. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah.